Done this before. Doing the whole mic check thing. You know how it is, but hopefully we got it right this time. Welcome to Kiwi's Road. I'm James. Kiwi's not here. He's somewhere else, flocking about, as it were. Hopefully you can hear me, and if not, well, I'm sorry for your luck. Hopefully you can read lips. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. If not, thumbs down. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Anyway, again, welcome to Kiwi's Road. I'm here to reveal the website. As you can see, oh, what is that right there? Yeah, there's a thingy right there. Man, I can never get it. Oh, there. You can scan that as QRC code. That'll take you to kiwisroadllc.com, and it'll discuss a whole lot more than what I'm gonna discuss with you, my digital diary. So, as I like to digress and just kind of like just shoot the gun all over the place, that's what we're gonna do tonight. I have a lineup of just little things on my little OBS board here. I'll probably just pop around, but Kiwi's Road LLC, Kiwi's Road YouTube, we're designing a propulsion for the future, a drone to take part in the Darpa Lift Challenge. Darpa is part of a government program. Department of Advanced Research and Procurement Agency, or something like to that effect. Look it up. You might be surprised that you find out how far they go back and what they do. But anyway, might even go and look up one of those videos and kind of show you the XR something. We'll figure it out. Anyway, we're going to design a drone that'll take part in that. Process is coming along very slowly, as all things do, but hey, it takes they say it takes one person to make a dream come true, and I would have to agree with that. That one person would be moi. If it wasn't for moi, half this stuff wouldn't even be like spiraling around in this little universe here. But I can't do it alone, so that's where opening it up to the universe. Well, the universe has actually opened it up to me. The great amazement of social media and the internet. Person doesn't have to necessarily go door to door, knocking around saying, "Hey, I have an idea. Check it out." Instead, you can be like me and just spam it across the internet, like here, blink, 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 copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. That's right, copy paste, because if a story is worth sharing, why not share it, right? Now, why do I feel that this story is worth sharing? Project Cosmos, a drone, propulsion of the future. But is it really? I mean, it seems like it's stuff we're seeing today, floating around. Stuff it seems like people have been seeing for centuries, thousands of years. A drone designed off of some simple things that, as my daughter's boyfriend and I were talking today about forgotten knowledge, lost knowledge, hidden knowledge, which is interesting because, I mean, if you think about it, a person who goes to a library, they're about as smart as that library, right? But a person who has the internet, the world, at their fingertips, a person is as smart as everybody else as they're willing to make it jive, so to speak. Which I think is kind of the wonderments and awesomeness of AI, the internet, and the evolution of communication, which kind of is how Project Cosmos came to be a drone for the future. But I digress. There's that, QRC code. Give a click on it. Matter of fact, let's go click on this and we'll check it out right now. Check this out. So this is as soon as I pull it up. Beep, 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 beep. There it is. There it is. This here is Project Cosmos. It's this is not necessarily the image of the drone per se. I mean, I guess I could turn it into the image of the drone, which I might. But it's a drone. This drone is a prototype with the propulsion and power for the future. So that if you want to understand some more, just come here, check it out. It's KiwisRoadLLC.com. I've been upgrading the website. We're gonna kind of go through it. A bunch of stuff right here, but a person. Let's see. Oh, you can see me down here. So, like, up here, I have this prototype manufacturing drone aerospace propulsion. So, I was in the Air Force. Let's see. Let's do this. Transition. To moi. Right there behind me is a photo. Military went Air Force. Wanted to be heavy machine operator. Did not work out. Apparently, when you go into the service and you have a suspended driver's license for driving too fast too many times, they tend to find out. Thus, unable to operate heavy machinery. So, they're like, by the way, I come down to the office and pick a new job. I'm like, what? They give me a list, and I seen aerospace propulsion technician. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. So I clicked it, got it, went to tech school, became an aerospace propulsion technician. Layman's terms, a jet engine mechanic. I fix engines in airplanes, tear them down and build them back up. So there's my little pedigree, little background for you. Oh, we'll transition back over here. So as I was gathering at this, there's right off the bat, I have a project, an object, a drone called Project Cosmos. Why do I believe in it so much? It's like, you have people who believe in the spiritual and religious aspect of life, or the natural aspect of life. Well, I kind of believe in the universal aspect of the entire thing, which kind of built out of observation and reverse engineering in aspects. Project Cosmos. I think one of the best parts is knowledge. For knowledge, experience is very key in knowledge. A person, like I said, part of Project Cosmos. See, digress too much. No, it's okay. Part of Project Cosmos is oh man, I had the idea and it was there, it just fleeted away, went underneath the train bridge along with the water, and it just started floating on down. Belief, right? Like I belief. An apple. No, better yet, it's like these old whaling tools that they would use, kind of like a harpoon thing, and like had a sharp thing on it, right? With a piece of wood on it. Now, I'm giving you some knowledge as to what they were using in Alaska, right? But what if you can experience it just a little bit? So, if I can take this and kind of show you that sharp thing, with a wooden thing, now you have gone from a audio knowledge of something to a visual knowledge of something. And if you're like me, you're lucky enough to be able to touch this and be like, I got hands-on experience and knowledge of something. So if I told you, again, audio, that something exists or doesn't exist, it doesn't mean that something doesn't exist or does exist, right? So with knowledge, experiencing something is important to what I'm trying to deliver as a message, right? Why do I believe in Project Cosmos? So on that website, www.kiwisroadllc.com, brings you right here. I put why I believe in Project Cosmos. Now, if you go there, you can click on it. It'll take you to a video that I'm gonna go over again. I went over a while ago. I'm gonna actually let it play out a little bit longer and by itself, without stopping it so much, so you can kind of get a clean cut of why I'm thinking on the lines of what I'm thinking. So let's see. Blah 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 blah. There's the website. We're going over the website. So there's a lot to unpack on this website. Oh, look at that. In case, let me do this. Websites, video capture. We're gonna hide that transition. So on this website, I've added, because I think it's very important. Part of experience, life, purpose in life. Why do experiences exist? Things exist, and sometimes in life we wonder why we exist as humans ourselves. What's our purpose in life? Yada yada yada. Right? Not yada yada, but everybody has a brain. Everybody goes through mental things. Everybody has traumas, stresses, things that they can't control and things they can control, right? At the very least, in this world, we may think that we're alone, even though we are not. There are other people out there that, even though might not necessarily understand, at least an open ear can make all the difference. So you can always go and click on this suicide prevention, and it'll take you over to 988 Suicide Prevention Lifeline. I think it's just important because, for lack of a better word, we all go through highs and lows. One of my lows was in a spot where I found myself questioning my own existence. Now, if I fast forward to today, had things changed slightly as back then, today would not exist. So, self-purpose or manifest destiny, or just destiny, or just the way things were meant to be, we find ourselves here at this point in time. You all here with me in this digital diary, sharing something that could change the direction in which I think humanity is going. Right? So, back to whatever else we were going over. Oh, the website. So, bunch of stuff right here. You can go over it. There's the Darpa Lift Challenge. It'll tell you a little bit more about the Darpa Lift and who Darpa is. You can go over there to the website and check it out. The Revolutionary Lift, Vertical Lift Aviation, You can apply for the challenge, or I think next week I'm looking for aces and places. You can be a part of this group, this team. There's not very much room, though there are only specific spots that I'm looking for right now for this team. Just in case you're wondering, the payout's $6.5 million towards teams and such. There's also other smaller monetary awards for teams and whatnot. So give it a gander, give it a check out. One of the best things about Project Cosmos is it does not stop at the Darpa. So, like I said, this team, I hope, will grow. So anyway, back to website. We're going to part of the things. I'm going to skip this one. We have Darpa collaborators. So Kiwis Road, our team that's registered with the Darpa. We have Well, I better transition so you can see me. Hello. Back to me. We have teams that we have collaborated with, companies that have signed NDAs with us so that we can start working for procurement of parts and such. Testing facilities or testing ranges, etc. So, I mean, this isn't just, Project Cosmos isn't just an idea. It's something that's taken action and is rolling. It is rolling. Believe you me, it is rolling. One way or another. I mean, what happens at the end of the roll, we'll find out. But it's going to be an interesting ride at the very least. So you could always go to the collaborator page, click on some of their links here if you wanted to find out a little bit more about them. I.e., if you click on the Pantheon, it'll take you over to their page. You can see what they're about. I mean, these companies are very interesting in the things that they've accomplished. Okay, so we go back to bleep 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 bleep. So there's sponsorship. People go to sponsorships, so disclaimers, team positions. But we'll go over that. Miscellaneous. Ooh, I can't wait to go over the miscellaneous with you. But hey, let's get to some of let's get to some video of some strange things. I mean, you all can just kind of like BS and chat over these videos, but let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up that window. Gotta go over here, pull up this window. Just like that. We just got the transition. Just like that. Oh, Project Cosmos. Now, let's put, I gotta add this just for your, so this little piece of art you're seeing, it's just an amazing piece. Now, for lack of a better word, another example of experience, right? As I'm pulling up this other thing to slap on the window just to let people be irritated. We'll put this on here. So obviously somebody has some Chinaware and they sat there and they created this bowl and they've detailed it and it got lost knowledge, lost information, lost whatever, got lost in the wilderness for some reason, right? But got found, you know. So that whole experience, that existence of that person, the existence of this dish is there. There's evidence. We have, again, tangible, touchable evidence. Visual, we can see it. We've heard stories that they've made Chinaware. And here it is, we have visual evidence of its existence, right? So again, experience is key, I think, in knowledge. Knowledge is power, especially if you use it, take action on it, right? So I'm almost done. I gotta throw this up there just for you guys to get annoyed. Boom. Website QR code, so you can sit there and scan it at any point and go to the website and make yourselves happy with trying to figure out how to jump on board this train of whatever's going on, right? So let's see. We got some aerial footage. Aw, some people might know this person. This is Mr. It looks like George Knapp. Oh, so here we go. Again, I like this one right here. I'm gonna pull this one up. So there's two different errors of depictions, right, on this wall. Again, so you have audio information, you have visual information, right? This is visual information that somebody has gathered and replicated like a camera or a video so that the information can be shared. Now this almost looks like the tree of life, the 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not 13 there. But so there's two eras of depictions here. Obviously you can see all the white. That's modern day, where they're pecking at the stone. But there's also an older layer behind it where they actually painted on the stone. And so for instance, how do you go from an animal and a little person shooting the animal to these ornated figurines, right? Just something was seen and experienced, and somebody replicated that the best way they could. Anyway, back onto whatever. Oh, my lantern. I gotta sneeze, I think. Oh, that's what I was showing you. Was this video? Just take a gander. Evidence. Here's evidence. Experienced people living in places. Oh, big old sky. Oh, I like this. So, like, when you have skylines, for lack of a better word, with intricate geometry on planes out there. I don't want to say these are down in Peru, but these might be down by the Nazca lines, down by wherever Nazca lines, by Peru, right? But I mean, you could see that aerial photography, how huge sacred geometry is the word I'm trying to get out of my tongue. Information, lost information from way back whenever, by whoever, by whatever, right? Is replicated in modern stuff. It's amazing how they would replicate designs, patterns, which is part of Project Cosmos. Why am I going over the history lesson? It's just in order to understand what I've got here at the present with Project Cosmos. It's best to understand and experience the information, at first hand. Now here's some, but I don't know what these ones are like. Now I could show them. Let's see. I don't know what the audio sounds like either. Oh, probably no audio. Oh, taking too long. Sorry for your luck. You don't get to see. No UFOs for you. Here's some drones. I was out. Okay, here's an image. There's drone. There was this light. But you probably can't hear anything on this, but that's alright. There's really no noise. It's crickets. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp, chirp. I'm like running around like, what the fuck is this? Chirp, chirp, chirp. So, I mean, yeah. I haven't seen something move that fast across that skyline like that before, you know? And then, let's see here, is this the same one? 28 seconds. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Crickets, because we're outside fishing. Outside fishing. Oh, I slowed it down right there. Oh, here's it coming in. Oh, I can't zoom in on it. You can't see. My bad. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, but I could zoom in this way though. Let's see. If it plays, Oh, don't look like it's gonna play for you. Sorry about your luck. No UFOs for you. Oh, there's UFO stuff. Oh, more. So like, yeah, this is that experience that happened over yonder somewhere. I want to say like Japan airport. If it plays, you know, I only pay for fiber optics, so I have good upload download speed. And then again, there's a lot of Googling for like, yeah, all my stuff just like copied, pasted, and shared. It's like that's just how it rolls. All right, no UFO stuff for you there either. It's all right. Eventually, you'll see something that might trigger. And look at this crop circle or crop design. How elaborate that is. In a freaking field of wheat, corn, whatever, home Atlanta. It's amazing the things that happen. Here's a painting, a depiction, something that happened in the past, right? And they're describing things that happened in aerial battle above them. This was way before planes. So, with forgotten or lost knowledge, we start to find things playing a more dominant role in our society, right? Oh. Information being held back is just like information being held back. Transition. Man, person, me. Here we are. Come on the black screen. Oh, we can go over back to the... Oh, that's what we're doing. So, that's just some history. So now we go back to Project Cosmos. And we'd be like, wait a minute. No. Better yet, we're going to do this. We're going to go over some video and let you all decide what you think. And then I'll go over Project Cosmos, the website, a little bit more. Just so you can have like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, that you can do that. So let me pull up the link with the link. Here we go. You ready? If it sounds good, it sounds good. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry for your luck. But here's about like 10-15 minutes of this entertainment, educational stuff we're about to learn. So take a listen to this. Go ahead and do this.
Supported by Navy pilots with his new colleagues at To the Stars Academy.
Now you can hear like probably better than
the first object, known as Tic Tac, was caught on radar in 2004 off the USS Nimitz at an altitude of 80,000 feet. As Navy F-18s approached the object, it descended to within 1 foot of the water in seconds.
We don't have this capability of dropping 80,000 feet within a matter of seconds, hitting a velocity of Mach 20. So we now know that there's some kind of propulsion system that exceeds the capability of our own rocket.
Looking for a new business? Buy and operate your own.
Naval Aviator Lieutenant Chad Underwood was ordered to pursue the object in an F-18 equipped with a sophisticated FLIR video system.
The object looked featureless, and that's why I called it the Tic Tac. It looked like a Tic Tac. It had no wings, no method of propulsion, and on your forward-looking infrared pod, all it is tracking heat. So you would typically see engine exhaust coming out of one of the ends of the aircraft, not seeing any of it. The object was changing altitude, airspeed, things that my FLIR and my radar were having difficulty tracking. And then at the end of the encounter is when you see it dart off to my left on the FLIR pod. And that's when I was like, whoa, what just happened.
The other two videos Elizondo brought to his colleagues at To the Stars Academy were equally groundbreaking. Known as Gimbal and Go Fast, both videos were taken by Navy jets from the USS Theodore Roosevelt near the Florida coast in 2015. All three videos show objects moving in ways that defy the known laws of physics.
These objects can zigzag effortlessly, defying the known laws of aerodynamics. These objects can effortlessly accelerate up to 20 times the speed of sound. They have no visible means of propulsion. So what could it be? Well, the short answer is we don't know.
The phenomena had unusual flight characteristics, unusual vectors, speed, being able to hover and move. The fact that the Chinese or the Russians or anyone else would have that kind of capability and we wouldn't know about it is pretty slim.
As head of ATIP, Elizondo was able to have the videos declassified, but they had never been made public. His involvement in To the Stars Academy offered a new opportunity to share the remarkable information collected at the Pentagon.
To the Stars, their goal was that they were going to crack it all open, and they were going to open up the truth that the government knows about these unidentified aerial phenomena that have a technology that does not exist in terms of human production.
To the Stars Academy, to their credit, brought Lou Elizondo together with Chris Mellon, Department of Defense official, Senate intelligence insider, and then they go to the New York Times with this blockbuster story about the U.S. government's interest in investigating UFOs.
Chris Mellon arranged a meeting with Leslie Kean, a best-selling author who had spent years trying to draw mainstream media attention to UFOs. Mellon and Elizondo revealed to Kean the existence of the secret ATIP program and promised her access to the videos if she could place the story with the New York Times.
Leslie Kean is very well connected politically. Her uncle, Thomas Kean, was the former governor of New Jersey and headed up the 9/11 Commission. This gives you an idea of just how plugged in to the political network Leslie is. So when Leslie was contacted by Lou Elizondo and Chris Mellon, she then teamed up with Ralph Blumenthal, veteran.
Let me show you where you can catch the rest of that video over here on this website right here. You just click on that right there. Why I believe in Project Cosmos will take you to that video on YouTube. So to kind of continue this just a little bit further, now let me bring up Project Cosmos and kind of bridge that gap of what we don't know versus some of the things we do know, and make things kind of plausible, the impossible possible, right? Plausible. So over on here, we see that there's if you want to get a little technical design, that's what we're diving into right here real quick for a few minutes. Modern day propulsion has some drawbacks, the cost, the quantity, the size, as well as the danger levels, you know, rockets and satellites and spaceships and whatever have you. But Cosmos is different. We don't use propellant, and there's no emissions, and we try to keep the danger level as low as possible, or try to mitigate it the best we can. Kind of think of it like this. Modern day propulsion, planes, helicopters, and rockets, you hear the term aerodynamic. Everything has to be aerodynamic so that the air reacts with whatever vehicle you're using. As I was thinking about this just a few days ago, the idea of magodynamic kind of popped up because today I was having a discussion with somebody in a Discord, and we were talking about how would Cosmos work when you have gravity that you have to fight. And for me, that's only a problem if you're trying to fight gravity, right? But it's like, well, how do you fight gravity if it's a prominent thing? It's like, well, I don't know. I think it's possible, which kind of is the novel idea behind the propulsion. Is you're no longer using air around you to give you your movement. Rather, you're using energy, electricity, and magnetism of just universal magnetism. The universe is made up of all kinds of positive and negative things, right? All that energy coming together one way, shape, or form. So, I mean, you can go to this website, get a little overview on Project Cosmos, but here's a few key features you can read on your own. But I mean, the dimension is like 150 milliliters or so, about the size of a cantaloupe or something, maybe, I don't know. One of the cool things is it's that power source. Ooh, I can show you some of this. Y'all might like this or you might not. If not, it's just for the digital diary. Anyway, check this out. So I've been working on my core. Of course, it's just for lack of stuff. Oh, and you can't see. Here. Let me pull it up so you can see. No, you guys have to wait. My bad. You gotta wait. Can't see right now. Just read this good stuff. Suspension, magnetic levitation suspension. That's cool theory, thoughts. Safety is important. Some key components. We got some Star Wars action going on. I mean, that's part of their the journey of life, and imagination is things that seem impossible kind of come possible, Now, these are some of the, for lack of a better word, I think outdated parts for Cosmos. But hey, one of the best things about Cosmos, though, is it is registered. It is a registered drone with the FAA. It has its own registration number. It is registered with Darpa, the Lift Challenge. We have a registration code there. It is registered to have under the provisional patent, as you can see there. So I mean, the idea is taking shape. I think one of the cool parts, as you can read there, is like some of the intended applications that you could use it for is marine and submerged propulsion, subs and stuff, and of course aviation and space. Being able to use an energy source for propulsion without having to expel energy, in a sense. How does that work? Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out how it works, but I think it is possible. So, if you find that you find yourself might want to get on this train, there's always an open door, so to speak. You can sit there and contact us. Emails there, websites there. Of course, you gotta make sure you put Darpa Project Cosmos in the subject line, or else it goes in the junk mail. What else do we got here? So that's kind of like the some of the gist of Project Cosmos, because I think people want to know what they're trying to get into. Of course, I got to go here. Miscellaneous. There's a miscellaneous tab. That's right. It's hawking time. You didn't think you're going to get away from any kind of hawking. Here we go. This is Kiwis Road LLC. You want some literature? We got some literature there. There's There's a book about a treasure hunt called Pioneer Gold. You can go click on that and it'll take you over there to Amazon. You can sit there and take a gander at it. And the Padre Mine, about 340 some odd year old treasure hunt. Who doesn't like treasure hunts? But hey, if you like some more knowledge and information, there's always Echoes of Eternity. You can check it out. Talks about evolution of communication and just evolution of humans in a way. But real quick snippets, you know, just nothing too long or too boring. Of course, the book's AI generated, so a lot of AI images, but we try to keep the factual information kind of factual. If you don't believe us, don't take our word for it. Just look that information up you find in that book yourself, and you'll be surprised. I might be wrong, but I doubt it. You can always go to Kiwi's Road Jewelry on eBay. Click that link. You got some beautiful things you can always gander at. Let's take a look. Bookends, if you like bookends. We got some crystal necklaces, if you like some crystal necklaces, you know. That's a nice tiger's eye. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice little gold color wrap. What else we got? Oh, one of my things I like is the Star Wars section. Where's the Star Wars section? Oh, Star Wars. If I'm scrolling too fast, just tell me to slow down. You want to check something out. It happens. Some wrap jewelry. You like some wrap jewelry? There's some wrap jewelry for you. Somebody's birthday, Christmas, holiday is always coming up. Anniversary. It's never too late. Project Cosmos can't lift off without some funds, and this is just part of those means to getting funds to help Project Cosmos get lifted off. Oh, here's all the Star Wars stuff. Star Wars stuff done lifted away. Oh, well, I have to re-update the Star Wars stuff. Yep, we'll have to do that. So that's, let's see, that's that. And then, you know, there's some other merch, some coffee mugs, you know. I'm going to make some better material, shirts and mugs and stuff to come out later on. But hey, this is some of the old stuff from way back when. Mining and Company. Look at that. Look, got my little bird on there, and Kiwi. I mean, this is just part of some of the life lessons, you know. You learn to observe, and then you decide on what you do, and then you act on it. And take that that idea and make it happen, you know. Don't stop believing. All right. So enough of the hawking time. And there's another section, and this is for next time I come on in like a week or so, but it's important. Team positions available. That's right. Help is needed when we're looking for aces and places, and I'll go over again this more next week. But if you are curious, you're checking out the website, and you want to volunteer your time because you have nothing else better to do in this life except for to waste it away trying to make something work, then by all means, hit me up, shoot me an email, Darpa Project Cosmos. Looking for mechanical parts drafters, and you know, electronics and hardware engineers, and propulsion and physics R&D engineer. Not really, but these are just some title names, you know, somebody could fill if they wanted. Software engineer for helping make sure that the C and Python codes are good and ready. And avionics. These are just some of the positions available. Voluntary basis. Why is it a voluntary basis? Because this is a high risk, high reward situation. Like the risk is like you're putting up all the risk, right? Your time, energy, effort, you know. Hey, the reward. Can you imagine the reward? Creating an object that defies, in a sense, the modern thought on propulsion or the way we move in the universe. But it also changes, like, energy in our societies, then I don't know. I think that would be a good boat to be on. I don't know. That's just me. I think that's probably why I like the idea. Ha! Anyhow, oh wait a minute, what happened? Website, what else? What else? I think that is about it for this website. There's team members, you know, you can get a hold of the team members. Oh, look at that handsome gentleman. Check it out. You can always learn more about them if you like. Anyway, give that website a gander. Figure it out. Go through the things and click on the different buttons and whatnot. Sponsor list is updated when people actually sponsor or donate, you know. Of course, I can only do so much myself. I'm just one man with a great idea. So, let's see. Oh, speaking of which, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do that. Transition over to here, because right there's a donation QRC code. If you want to find yourself donating, I mean, it helps. It makes a difference. Feel free to scan that QR code with your phone, tablet, or whatever else you got. Or you can, you know, again, go to the website, same place you can find the donation section on the face page, and go there and you can click and donate. There's tiers. Oh, the tiers. Let's go over the tiers. I forgot to show you the tiers. So why would somebody donate? So they can get on a tier list? Well, what's the tier list? So, unfortunately, I gotta zoom in on that again. I don't want to zoom in on it again. Oh, I could do that, huh? Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Alright, we're making it bigger, people. Oh, nope, that's too big. Nope, that's... Nope. And, alright. Well, you're... Okay, so... Not gonna work. I'll do this. I'll transition so you can kind of see it, but this is kind of the... There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond tiers. I'm thinking about adding on the diamond tier and NDA so that you can have inside information with some schematic type info, you know. Some special stuff. Keep it secret, NDA. But there's you know, some financial numbers on there you'll find out. One of the things I will mention about donating is even though it is not a tax write-off as a charity, you might be able to write it off as a tax expense under the IRC code 162 under additional expenses, marketing and advertisement. Because what you are doing is you are advertising your name. You are advertising your company logo or whatever it is you are advertising as when you sponsor. So, I mean, everybody has their name and a business or just their name. That's what you're advertising, right? So, feel free. Now you know, IRC code 162. Check it out. Fill it out. Donate. Anyhow, we'll go back over to transition to me on the wrong one. Transition. Main menu. There we go. Transition. We transition right there. So, fortunately, I don't have chat. Oh, chat's been up, running all crazy like. Yeah, Yoda does have the answers to life. Thanks for checking out the jewelry. It is nice, and it's always nice for a gift for somebody you know and love, or even yourself. But, with that being said, that's Kiwis Road LLC.com will bring you to this website right here. Go check it out. You might be surprised at what you find out when you start kind of digging in. It's interesting. Oh, I was gonna show you some stuff real quick. No, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It'd be all blurry and stuff, but just a little action on what's been going on before I kick it out is here. I'll zoom in. It's all over the place. That's just how I roll. So here I have this ugly white ball, which is you can see there's a like a liquid in there. Oh, I can draw. Oh, I almost had it where you could see it. Oh. Now see that ferrofluid up in there? No? Alright, that's okay. That's what happens when you're... So that ferrofluid, you might, so this whole thing, if you fill up this ball, I'm going to fill it up imaginary, right? There, it's all black, right? As if it was full-ish. Now, one of the best parts, so you're looking at the core, right? This is the core of Project Cosmos. One of the best parts about the core of Project Cosmos is by design is how it works, right? We're using magnets. So one of the things, if in magnetism there's that attraction, right? This has got a good strong attraction. Now when you watch it jump, it'll jump straight down, right? One of the best parts about this, and for the design for maglev, you can see it, but I'm going to make this jump, this magnet jump off of here away from this magnet, you know. When you can control your magnetic fields, you can sit there and control your material. And I think that's part of learning, you know, how does this thing work? How do you make it work? That's just control. And it's not, there's mathematical things in there and sequences and this, that, and the other thing, but when you're able to control magnets, make it jump, I mean, I just gotta say, Project Cosmos is something I believe, because you know, when I can see magnets working, and energy working, electricity working, when I can see things flow and work and just kind of work in unison and imagining, I don't know, Project Cosmos seems real to me. And I think that's just part of the push or help requests from society, humans, is to get an idea that can progress us all on a better way of life, in a sense of that whole energy front, because I think it'll make a big difference. But with that, I must say my adieus. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Sorry if I didn't say hi to you in chat, but hi, see you in chat. It's just when you're talking and you're going, that train just keeps on going, if you know what I mean. Do appreciate you coming by and checking us out. My dogs are ready to go do something, even though it snowed today. So I'm going to put on this other little video at the end. It's not much. It's just my sponsor scroll list for all those bronze tier members like Moa and Kiwi. So, like I said, I'll be going live here within a week or so, looking for aces and places. So stay tuned. If you know somebody or yourself that might be interested in this adventure in one way, shape, or form, give it a check out. Check out that website. Again, it's right there. Scan that code. Yeah, right there. Boop, boop, boop. Make it work. You know what I mean? I think it's again, an adventure that's worth the ride. And so with that, adios muchachos. I will throw this up there for you, and you all enjoy the evening. Bye.